To get started, we need to get the animations for the pistol into our project. Similarly to how we handled this with the rifles previously, I've added them into the zip file for the ALS V3 aiming pack, and now we just need to copy the overlay for pistols into our project alongside the M4A1. Inside of the pistol folder is all of the content that we need for this project. Picking up where we left off last time, we have a character, the ALS V3 character here, that has a weapon attached to the socket on its back and a weapon attached to the socket on the hip. We have a rifle on the back, a rifle on the hip, which will soon be replaced by a pistol. And if we aim with our rifle, we can see that we can swap out in between our different animations, and we're able to navigate all of that. But now we need to be able to switch over to the pistol. So initially, to get started, we're going to open up our base character. And then we're going to change the rifle value here. And when we press the O button from rifle to pistol, and we do this so that way we can come in and make sure that we can press O and actually get the pistol state changed. So if you look on the top left, you can see pistol, but we don't see any changes because our character doesn't have any behavior tree information for being in a pistol state. Additionally, if we go inside of our weapon system's functions, we see that our weapon type for pistol goes to clear the weapon from the hand, which is not the behavior that we want. When we have the rifle selected, we grab our long gun and we attach that to our hand. So we're going to do something similar. We're going to copy this, drag over the pistol and connect. And then instead of the long gun, what we want is the sidearm. We're going to attach the sidearm as the BP child actor. And so that now if we compile and save and we come inside of play, you can see that when I change it to pistol, the pistol actually moves to the hand. Now on to the next stage. So we don't have any animations here because we have no animation set up in our animation state tree. So that's what we're going to move on to next. Inside of the animation state tree, we have everything that's set up for when we had our rifle set up, but we don't have anything set up for pistol. And that's why when we have the pistol state set and we go to aim and do anything, we don't have any additional components being set up because everything is just being left as default because we don't have anything for the pistol. So what we're going to do in here is just go through and rename all of these to pistol. So I have pistol idle, pistol move it, pistol in air. Okay, so now that I've got these set up, what I want to be able to do is go through these settings, these state changes, and make sure that everything aligns properly with what we have set up. So we have the is moving is correct, is falling is correct. I'm just checking to make sure I don't have any type of rifle state that was copied over. Okay, fantastic. So now I need to go through and set up our transitions from the general weapon state to the pistol state. So I'm going to just set up the two-way paths here. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the weapon state to rifle idle. And what we're doing is we're looking and we're just making sure that the weapon type is equal to a rifle. So we're going to imitate that for the weapon overlay state to pistol idle. And so I'm just doing a copy and paste to help make sure that all of my states maintain consistency. And I'm going to change it from rifle to pistol. And then I'm going to do the rifle idle back to the weapon overlay state. And so that is going to be not rifle. So I know that when I go in to do my pistol, I'm going to change it from rifle to pistol. So not pistol. Perfect. Okay, next I've got the rifle movement and overlay state with pistol movement and overlay state. So the first one I'm going to do is overlay state to rifle movement. And then that's going to be weapon state to pistol movement. And then again, change it from rifle to pistol. Next, I'm going to have rifle movement to the overlay state. And then I'm going to have pistol movement to the overlay state. Again, I'm just doing the copy and paste here because it's a little bit quicker to just iterate through. Keeps everything in here. Remember, change all of your rifles to pistols. And then the same here with the in air. So weapon overlay state to rifle in air. And then weapon overlay state to pistol and air. Change rifle to pistol. And then we're going to do the same in reverse. Okay, change that to pistol. Okay, so now with this set, if I come in and play, we can see everything is set to pistol. And now I've just got the standard animation for the rifle system working for the pistol. So that's obviously not the desired end state, but the reason why we have the rifle states is because inside of our actual state machines here, we still have references to the M4A1 animation. So if I do 2H_ready, this will bring me to the pistol two-handed ready. So I'm just gonna be doing the two-handed animations here. And then again, I'm gonna do the 2H alert. That's gonna give me this. So now if I compile and play, when I change over to my pistol, you're gonna see that now I actually have the pistol animation holding my weapon. Okay, so next I'm gonna go into the pistol movement. Pistol movement's gonna be a little bit different. It's not just swapping out these individual state machines here that we have currently set up. So for movement, what we are going to set up initially is we're gonna grab our BS pistol aim movement. So we have our pistol aiming movement one space that we've already set up. And then I need to enable the playback rate and the starting position to be visible and plugged in. So then from here, I'm going to add the gate value. I'm going to add the end play rate. And then I'm going to get start position. Okay, so that helps out with this part. The other part is we're not going to be using the pistol standard movement, non-aiming movement, because I had issues trying to get it properly lined up with the feet. So the running and everything was a bit awkward. So to bypass this, we are going to actually copy the setup for the default locomotion movement, since we're going to be doing it with pistols. When you're sprinting, you can hold the pistol in one hand, so you don't need to have anything unique. So to get started, we're going to go back into our main animation graph and go to the main state machine, go into locomotion, go into the locomotion state machine, then we're going into moving. So from inside of here, this has mostly everything that we need. We need to grab everything up to this part where ALS is aiming. So if we copy that, then we go back into our weapon state machine, pistol movement, and then we can take this and plug this into our false. So now, when I have my pistol, I have my animation, I'm running, jogging, I am sprinting, so this is totally fine. And then when I aim, I can just pull that up. And then now my character is able to handle movement and stuff like that. And then with the setup here, if I have the pistol and I jump, I'm able to just do this whole thing. And so then what I want to change to for pistol and air is we're just gonna change out the animation to the 1H alert. And so these animations, they're rough, but they can be tightened up for whatever game that you're using. Again, with the pistol, you could potentially go in and then just keep the default animation. That way you're falling, you're just holding the pistol in one hand. However it is that you want to be able to handle it. Now we have a character that is able to hold a pistol and aim and move with the pistol with the new aiming animations. We are going to finish our pistol overlay project here by adding in our mesh, setting up our blueprint, and then attaching that blueprint to the character. So that way, when we attach our pistol, we're actually attaching the pistol mesh and not the rifle mesh. So to get started, we need to import the pistol mesh from the pack that we downloaded off the GitHub repo in the previous project. If you don't have that, or if you're just jumping in here, you can grab it in the link in the video description. We want to clear the skeleton. We don't want to assign it to a skeleton. We'll import it. And now we have our pistol with the material. I'm going to drop the material into materials. So I'm going to move here. And then again, I'm going to create a duplicate of the material and set this to a darker color. So that way we can tell that we are actually using a blueprint object instead of the skeletal mesh. Trying to make it a little bit more tactical tan here. That looks fine. Okay. So we've got our yellow, which is set up on our mesh, and then we're going to use the other color inside of our blueprint. Never mind. I have the weapon master here. I'm going to create a new child class, and I'm going to do BP pistol. And then inside of BP pistol, I'm going to come to the skeletal mesh, and then I am going to select the pistol as the skeleton, and then I'm going to change the color to the new material color that we had created earlier. So now I've got my pistol BP, and I've got the pistol mesh object, and I've got my materials. So now if I go back into the character, the ALS base character blueprint, and then I can go into our sidearm here. So the sidearm blueprint class that we have set right now is the BP assault rifle, and we want BP pistol. So setting the BP pistol now allows us to be able to grab our pistol and have that pistol be what's attached to our hand. So now we're running. I've got the pistol just in the one hand. I'm just flagging everything, so I don't care about weapon safety. Then I can aim with my pistol, and it's really cool because it's that tactical, kind of tan color that's on all the cool tactical things. And then I can run and just flag everybody again. I can jump, and all sorts of other things. So this now sets up our character. So we have the proper blueprint set up, and we have the proper mesh set up. So we can have our rifle, and we can have pistol set up for our character. I hope that you've enjoyed this short video series. I apologize for the delay in it. But if there is something else that you would like to see, whether it's implementing a simple firing system or a health system or something like that, please let me know, and I can work on something like that, and get something out in a little bit. But again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.